Hey guys, this is Phillip from Blue Collar Crypto, and I'm here today with Thom from the Plink Network. And today we're going to be talking more about their stablecoin, what they have to offer, how it works. We're going to be going over how to claim your airdrop. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to turn it over to Thom. Thom, why don't you tell the viewers a little bit about yourself for the people who didn't catch the first interview?
Yeah, of course. So as you alluded to, this is the second interview we're doing. So super grateful that you invited me again. I guess I was interesting enough the first time. So my name is Thom. I am from the Netherlands and I am the project manager for Plank Network. Plank Network is a layer 1 in the Cosmos ecosystem. And at Plank, we focus mostly on mobile first development. So this mobile first thesis really means that we try to build our applications as close to Web 2 as possible, and always with mobile in mind. And if you build with mobile in mind, you're focusing much more on the UX and the UI, and you develop the mobile application first and then the web application second. The reason we do this is really simple. I said it the last time, I'll say it again. 80% of the world or even more has access to a phone. Only 50% of the world has access to a PC. And everyone who can really use crypto, the unbanked or people that have like less financial infrastructure, they all have access to a phone and not necessarily a PC. So from many standpoints, it just makes sense for us to kind of focus on that much bigger mobile market.
Nice. So since our last interview, you've kind of been a little busy, ain't you? I've seen you also had a few other interviews with a few other different influencers and podcasters. So tell me about, how those work out.
Yeah, so after I got on your show, actually someone else DM'd me like, hey, we saw that you're doing Blue Collar. Do you want to do it? So I've done, I think like 5 or 6. I think we kicked it off. It's like a little media tour, maybe almost. I almost feel I feel like a E or F list celebrity, E list Cosmos celebrity. Yeah, we've done a bunch of spaces and interviews. They all went super well. And I guess that's also because we have like a lot to share. When I came on your show last time, we were beginning to roll out the Astonic airdrop. I guess you were the trendsetter getting us on. And then we had a lot of like app development. And we had a lot of, I guess, like bullish things come out in a very short amount of time, which completely also kind of turned around the Plank project, getting much more activity in the Telegram and in the Discord and even on the tech side. So definitely been like a few of the most busy months since we launched, actually, which is
awesome. That's awesome, man. So tell me, today's interview, you want to talk more about the stablecoin and what you guys are building over there. So absolutely. Let's go ahead and introduce that. Tell us how that got started. What made you guys want to do a stablecoin on the Plank Network?
Yeah. So a little bit of a background, like the founders of Plank Network are like crypto OGs. They've been doing this for years. They've been working towards this for like 10 years or something. And when they were messing around with crypto way back in the day, they of course also made other acquaintances, and it was much more anonymous and decentralized back then, right? And some of those developers came to us with the idea like, hey, we really like the Plank Network. We like this mobile first approach. We think you guys are doing really well, and they share a lot of the same values as we have. And they were wondering if we were interested in building or getting a stablecoin protocol built. And that's Astonic, and that's now the Astonic team. They are a team of developers, and because they don't really have the skill set to do marketing and business development, that's kind of where I come in to help them out a little bit, because that's just not their strong suit. They're just interested in developing like decentralized tech. A lot has happened. So Astonic protocol is a decentralized stablecoin protocol on the Plank network, and it is about to go live with their token. ATC. It's their governance and utility token. I guess we should start with maybe the airdrop and how that all happened, because I think a lot of the people watching now, they actually have the airdrop waiting for them.
I agree. So what I've done is, before the interview, as we were talking, I have a wallet that has a small amount of the claimable airdrop. So if you don't mind, I'd like to head on over and show the people exactly how to connect their wallet and how to claim this airdrop that they have waiting for them.
I think that's a good idea. So if I am recalling correctly, you are eligible for the Stargaze stars. You were staking stars, right? And we of course, decided to airdrop to Stargaze. So I guess that's the allocation you're going to claim right now, because that one happened, I think, last week.
All right. So can you walk us through exactly what I'm looking at here?
Yeah, of course. So this is the Astonic airdrop portal. We airdropped the Astonic token to almost every Cosmos community out there. Atom stakers, star stakers, injective stakers, people that are interacting with the drop protocol, Stride, ST Atom holders and LPers. Like, the list is way, way, way too long. The reason we did this is because Astonic really needs to be decentralized. So 30% of the tokens were reserved for the airdrop to, of course, it's a marketing thing, right? You want as many people to get interested and get to know it. And an airdrop is a great way to do that. But it was much more so that we needed the token to be properly decentralized so that the protocol is actually safe to use. So that's what we've done with this airdrop.
Let's clarify to our users who have been around in the space for a few years. This token is a governance token, not the actual stable coin. The governance token governs how the stable coin, this is not a Terra Luna. You cannot deposit the governance token and receive the stable coin. They're not one-to-one peg. This is not a algorithmic stable coin. Please tell the users what exactly is a stable coin backed by.
Right. So that's a great point you're making. And it's so obvious for me that I sometimes forget. So the ATC token is like the governance and utility token of the Astonic protocol. If you want to mint the stablecoin, so the AUSD, Astonic USD, or A Real, Astonic Brazilian Real, and we have the Euro, so Astonic Euro. These tokens are currently mintable with Plank, PLQ, and Noble USDC to keep the peg, because of course Plank can fluctuate from price. So a lot of people are afraid that if Plank fluctuates, that AUSD might lose its peg. There are a lot of technical things that can stop that from happening, like circuit breakers and stuff like that. Highly recommend you check out the docs if you want to see what technical things we do. But the other thing that over-collateralizes it is that we have a reserve of 10 million Plank, which is about 80k USD. Nothing is minted with that. That's just sitting there. So everyone can cash out their AUSD if they wanted to, even if Plank dropped in value dramatically. And we're also going to do a pre-sale, and 60% of the pre-sale will be in USDC, just sitting in the reserve, doing nothing, making sure that everyone can always cash out, over collateralization. And then 20% of the pre-sale money we will swap to either Atom, BTC, or Ethereum, and also put in the reserve. Which one we're going to buy and put in the reserve, that's up to governance. We over-collateralize it from the start, and that is something completely different from what Terra did. And ATC, the token that you can buy in the pre-sale and that we've airdropped, you cannot mint any stablecoins with it. You will never be able to mint any stablecoins with it.
Awesome. And I just wanted to clarify that for some of the Cosmos OGs who are out there and they get extremely nervous when they hear or see a stablecoin and they just get kind of flashbacks to the Terra Luna collapse. And hey, you know what? Who's to blame them, right?
I don't. I certainly don't. I got into Cosmos 1 week before Terra Luna blew up. So that was great. Started off with a red portfolio, to say the least.
So I'm on the Astonic airdrop page here. And it's as simple as once you land here, you connect your Kepler. Let me switch wallets.
You got to be on the wallet where you, of course, stake those assets.
Yeah. Okay, so then I'm claim amount is 311.49.
Right.
You will receive the AOC on the connected Plank wallet. So I sign the message.
Correct.
Claim. And we're waiting for block confirmation. And there you have
it. There we go. That was it.
That's it. Is there a different URL for the different portions of the airdrops? Like
the second you connect your Kepler, it checks all those wallets for eligibility and it claims it all at once. So it's not like you need to do multiple claims or whatever. You just log in with your wallet once, you check if you're eligible, you claim, and then that's about it. We try to make it as simple as possible.
And what is VEATC?
So this airdrop is vested. So it's vested ATC, right? It is unlocked linearly over 2 years. And every week you can claim a portion of your airdrop. We might as well do it now. Portal.astonic.io. Right, and there it says that, you have 311 ATC, and your full airdrop is unlocked the 5th of May 2027, and next week you can come back and there will be a button to claim your first portion. Obviously, that's not now because you just claimed it, so you need to wait 7 days. There you go. You can actually withdraw some ATC on this wallet.
Okay. So on this wallet,
withdraw 40.
So simply click withdraw, confirm, or it expires on 7/4/2027. Is there a decay after it expires? No? So
no, definitely not. It just means you can claim it all at one go, or you can claim it every week. Of course, this token will be tradable from the 15th of May after our pre-sale. So maybe you want to trade it, or there's definitely going to be more things. I think we're going to allow you in the future to earn yield on this token, right? Because the protocol makes that's also, and there's going to be other things this token can do that you might want to use it for. So this is just purely for the unlocking and claiming of the token.
Now that we've claimed the airdrop, and if anyone has any questions on the process we just happened, it's literally a few clicks of a button. But still, some people, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to DM me or send me a message in the comments. I'll be happy to walk you through it and help you. You can also join Plank's Discord. We'll have those links in there. And they'll be happy to help you. What else you want to talk about?
Stablecoin minting process.
Yeah.
First, I've never shown this. I've never demoed it yet. It's obviously going to be super straightforward because this needs to work on mobile. That's the first thing. It needs to work on mobile, so it's going to be super easy, right? And then also if this isn't easy, then it kind of just is useless. And I guess we can go into why we need decentralized stablecoins and stuff after this. But yeah, we're now in the interface. So you got some links here and some different teams. I like the dark mode.
Me too. I do everything in dark mode.
So from the get-go, it looks like a swap interface. And that is because we have such a large reserve that you can also swap your USDC for Plank here. So it's also going to build extra liquidity for the Plank token. But of course, when you swap it to one of the stable coins, it's going to be a mint process and not so much a swap, just to get those differences out of the way. At the end of the day, you don't really need to care what kind of technology goes on behind it. You just want a stablecoin that works. So we're here at the main interface. And yeah, as you can see, we have from the start, we have 3 stablecoins, AUSD, a Euro, and Brazilian Real. There's a little bit of slippage when you mint a stablecoin. I think it's like 0.1% or 0.5%. And that, of course, goes to the protocol fees and to the ATC token holders.
So, Thom, what happens when the tokens are redeemed? Do they get burned or they go back in circulation?
No, they get burned. So it says swap here, but that's really just minting. So you're minting and burning it. You could even mint the tokens with Plank and then burn it for USDC, depending on how the reserve is looking. But in general, that should be completely possible. You can also swap your Plank for USDC here because we have quite a big war chest in the Astonic protocol. You can also use it. It is also, in essence, a liquidity pool for Plank tokens. All right, so I guess we're going to mint some AUSD. It says that 180 Plank is 1 AUSD, which is about right. I mean, 1 Plank is almost 1 cent. Now, we wrap it. You always need to wrap it. That's just an EVM thing. I hope we can, on mobile, I hope we can remove that. We can probably automatically wrap the token. Well, wrap is complete. You also need to approve your tokens. Just a quick transaction. Yes, sir. Preparing the swap transaction. And then we click on swap. So you need to do 3 transactions. That's like the bad thing. That's the good thing about Cosmos is that you don't need to do all those things. But EVM sadly works a little bit different. But here we go. We have minted 4 AUSD. So that's the entire process. From here, you can, of course, move it to the other Cosmos chains via IBC Eureka, which has recently been released. But that's how simple it is. We're going to have liquidity pools on Physica Finance from the start. We're also going to build liquidity on Osmosis. That's very important because many of the, for example, lending protocols, you need some liquidity on Osmosis. and of course lending for stablecoins. That's the creme a la creme of use cases. So yeah, this was it. This is the portal. This is what it looks like. I think they did an excellent job on UX UI. It couldn't be easier.
That is true.
We're now currently focused more on some more, I guess, unique features for Custom. So one of the features that's that I hope to demo if you ever have me back on, because we're almost finished with it, is a feature where you, for example, you know crypto, right? You're a crypto bro, you know everything, and your wife doesn't yet, and you want to send her some crypto. What we build into Custom is that you can send crypto to a phone address, so a phone number, right? Even if that person does not have a wallet yet, they get a text. Hi, Blue Collar Crypto has just sent you 50 AUSD. Download this app to claim it. You click on the link, you download Castrum, you log in, and you can log in with anything. We're going to add support for Telegram, Discord, Instagram, Facebook. We already have Google, Apple, right? So you make an account, and I really hope we're going to call it accounts and not wallets, because wallets is scary and strange and woo, right? So you make that wallet, you link your phone number to your wallet, and the 50 AUSD from the escrow gets automatically credited to your account. So that's like one of the cool ways we're going to add to onboard people to the Plank network, make it very easy to send a crypto around. And that's also where Astonic comes in, because now we facilitate some super easy, super cheap, super fast mobile stablecoin payments. And I think that's all it's all coming together now to be quite an interesting wallet and give people an actual reason to use Custrum over some of the other amazing wallets.
Once the Astonic is launched, what is the first lending platform that you guys are going to be on? Like, where can users actually use your stablecoins? I know we don't know the APR just yet, but I mean, are you in some talks with some platforms?
We are in talks with some platforms. Nothing specific yet, or nothing that I feel comfortable enough to tell. We're talking to all the big Cosmos ones, pretty much. And there is also one team that would be perhaps interested in building a lending platform on the Plank protocol. So that's also something we're exploring. The first use cases for AUSD will definitely be on Physica Finance. So we're going to build liquidity pools with Plank. We're going to build liquidity pools for the ATC token. And we're going to build a PLQ AUSD pool on Osmosis. So those are the first things we're going to do. So that would give farming opportunities. I guess there's also ATC for incentives and bootstrapping that. So that's going to be some of the things we're definitely planning to do. But apart from that, lending is what we will be working towards. What's interesting is maybe we can talk a little bit about the stream swap.
The
Astonic pre-sale.
Yeah.
So, of course, we're working now to do the pre-sale of the Astonic token, the ATC token. Some people have it from airdrop, but this is going to be the first time also that the protocol is going to be tradable. We partnered with StreamSwap. It's, of course, a product on Osmosis made by in collaboration with the OmniFlix team. I think it's by far the best tooling that we have in Cosmos for pre-sales and price discoveries. And that's going to start from the 13th of May, and it's going to run till the 15th.
Nice. So tell users exactly how StreamSwap works for those who don't know.
The best would be if I just shared, there's a StreamSwap going on right now. Maybe we can check it out and I can better explain by showing people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Boop. Okay, so this is the StreamSwap web page, right? And of course, our token is going to be here. We're going to use the Atlas token as an example because I think that visualizing it would be much better. Here you can see the interface. So we're going to do USDC for ATC for the Astonic token. So it's the same as the Atlas team. Atlas team has done.
Atlas?
Yeah, Atlas. There we go. So we are going to lock 50 million ATC tokens in here, and then people can deposit USDC. And the price is basically going to be the ATC divided by the amount of USDC. So it's a super cool way to discover the price. So the price essentially starts at zero, depending on how much USDC gets put in there. That really decides the eventual price of the token. And this is really the community deciding on a price.
Yeah. basically, like with a stream swap as well, is like you have a timer. You have like a 24-hour basis where everything's going to be traded, and every 60 seconds or every 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever you set the duration is it a swap that'll divide that many tokens? In this case, the Atlas token will go up in value the more USDC. If everyone else has deposited USDC, and on the next trade they decide, this is too much USDC. I don't think it's valued that much. They can withdraw the USDC, and then of course that drops the price, like a stream.
Yeah, I believe every 4 seconds, like some of your USDC gets taken, and you get some ATC, and people can, during the streaming, they can still withdraw their USDC if they're like, ooh, okay, I'm actually not that comfortable. What you also just can do is just deposit it, come back whenever it's done, and you're like, I want this. I'm going to invest. I'm 100 USDC, whatever the price is, right? You can also do that, or you can be more proactive about it. And we're just really happy to work with the OmniFlix and StreamSwap team, because I think that's one of the most talented teams in Cosmos. That's pretty much it about Astonic and about the pre-sale. I really hope everyone joins us from the 13th of May to the 15th of May. I think it's a really cool project. Get some tokens, mint some stablecoins, and we'll see where it goes from there. But high hopes, because after they're done with the stablecoins, if that's all said and done, they are moving to decentralized stocks and commodities. And I think there's a lot of fees to be generated there. I think that's also not something that is widely available within Cosmos right now. So I think that's definitely going to be as interesting, if not more interesting. Big plans for the Astonic team, I guess.
So with all of the stable coins out there, why should someone invest their time and money into Plank's and Astonic's stablecoin? Like, what makes you guys different? What makes a user say, besides the APR, what makes me want to use your product instead of Noble or anyone else?
Yeah. So Noble is like a really good stablecoin, and Astonic is not going to take anything away from Astonic. I mean, it's backed by Circle USDC, of course, so that's a great product. Difference is really that Astonic is a decentralized stablecoin, and they are centralized, meaning that in some cases they could stop you from using their service, or they could freeze your balance, your USDC balance. And that is not something that is possible with Astonic, right? You mint your stablecoin and you do whatever you want. And the Astonic DAO and the Astonic governance it's like you do whatever you want with it. And that's the big difference. That is really the big difference. It is decentralized. It is permissionless. And there are pros and cons for either, right? So it's definitely not going to take away anything from Cosmos stablecoins. It's just going to add like a decentralized, fully collateralized option. And of course, when you do such things, a lot of arbitrage also arrives.
So are there any plans to gain liquidity outside of the Cosmos? Like, there's a couple networks that don't have a stable coin. Is there any talks or any thoughts of going outside of the Cosmos and bringing some of the liquidity into the Cosmos?
Astonic can be brought anywhere because of the new Cosmos Hub IBC Eureka, right? And that makes it really powerful. You can, if we wanted to bring it to ETH, if we wanted to bring it to BNB chain, we can now really easily do this via IBC. We just need a relayer to the Cosmos Hub, and we have that. So we can bring it anywhere and everywhere. And that makes the opportunities pretty much limitless, right? So we don't have any concrete plans, but we're open to listing it anywhere. And it's also kind of up to the ATC token holders. What do they want to see? Of course, there is going to be a team that's going to make suggestions, but ATC holders can definitely decide like, hey, we really want to build a stablecoin liquidity on this protocol, or we need to work with this protocol. And then there's also smaller Cosmos chains that maybe don't have or want to use Noble USDC. We're definitely going to contact them and make sure that they adopt or partially adopt or also adopt the Astonic stablecoins. There is just some people still care about decentralization within crypto, even if that's not something that has been the most important for a lot of people. I think it's coming back with how polarized the world also is lately. I think the fear of getting unbanked or getting your balances frozen I think that's a much more realistic fear again. So it is a way to safely store your tokens or do DeFi.
Is there anything else that you want to mention? Anything I forgot?
I hope to see everyone at the pre-sale. Join the Astonic Telegram and check out Plank Network. I think we're really building something cool here. There's a lot of cool things happening now. I think this is the right time to educate yourself. And apart from that, I guess have a nice day. That's about it.
Thanks. All right, Thom. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, my name is Phillip. I will leave all the links in the Discord. Any final remarks, Thom? Anything that you want to leave off with?
Nah, that's about it. See you at the stream swap.
All right, guys. See you at the stream swap.